welcome to another video here on Theme Park Worldwide. Today it's a special one because I've been here at Liseberg for a couple of days. It's a lovely park, and today we're joined by Pontus from Liseberg, who's taken us for a behind-the-scenes look at 3 of the main roller coasters here at the park, which will be fantastic. So thank you very much for showing us around.
You're welcome.
And so we're here at Balder first. I mean,
yeah, we are here at the cabin of Balder that we just invited the YouTubers and special guests that visit us. So what we see here on the wood, we have some autographs of people that have visited us, and that is a copy of our small, quite, what can you say, normal house of Sweden.
Yeah, very Swedish building. I must say I love the buildings in Scandinavia, and they're very nice, aren't they? A nice style of building, I must say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to actually stand underneath the coaster. Is it okay to walk around here? Yeah, well. Obviously this is quite a rare thing to stand under this section of the coaster. See it roaring around us. Andy's here as well, geeking out over there. So you can see lots of different people have signed the coaster, who've visited over the years, like you said, special guests. And oh, there you are. Where can you buy this wood in IKEA? Ah, and there's the pen. I would love to. That would be wonderful. I'll get Andy to film me doing it. I must say, this is the first time I've been asked by a park to sign a roller coaster. Let's put it on. There we go. Hey. It's a bit slanted. There you go. There we are. Hey, for everyone to see on Balder. The good thing is when you walk in the queue line, you'll see that now.
From that gate there.
Fantastic. Some fantastic views of Balder from underneath it. Can't believe that we've just been asked by Pontus to actually sign Balder, and that's great. That's really made my day, that has. Really nice of the park, and yeah, being underneath here and seeing all this in the backstage area is great. Obviously this was built by Intamin, and they put obviously the concrete in here as one big foundation for all of the coaster, and then obviously bolted it down to it. A lot of rides out there, wooden coasters, have the individual footers put in different places, and like Wicker Man, obviously built by Great Coasters International, but that's very, very different how they did the foundations. With this, it's just a flat piece of concrete, what goes all the way along. And I do like the little Swedish house in the middle as well. Okay, so we're now in the operator's cabin for Balder.
Yeah.
Wow, there's all the panels down there. Lots of buttons.
Yeah, some more.
Oh wow. Oh, and obviously you can see all the CCTV up there as well above. Lots of hats and teddies and a minion up there as well, which we like.
And here is also the most important thing that we look at. If people have something in their hands or something, anything like that.
Loose objects.
Loose objects,
things,
yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Phones, cameras.
Yeah, and if they do that, sometimes they just close it up and
stop the ride and go up there and get the items, yeah. But yeah, it's very quiet in here as well, isn't it? It's quite quite peaceful.
Yeah, they sit here for hours every day, so if it wasn't quiet, they would be mad, so...
Yeah, no, it's really nice in here, really relaxing, isn't it?
Yeah, both. When there's 2 trains going and there's a lot of people, it's you're busy all the time.
Do you normally run this ride on 2 trains, or is there times of the year where it'll be on 1?
There are times where there will be 1.
That's quite unusual, actually.
Yeah, normally 2 trains.
Usually run on 1 all the time.
Does this open for Christmas then? Does it normally? Yeah.
Or we've been for the past 2 years.
Wow, that's great.
We tried 2 years ago, and we discovered that it actually was quite okay for the coaster.
Yeah, that's
so we
good.
continue with that now.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, it's like the Europa Park obviously run quite a few rides over winter as well, which is really good.
Because the winter in this part of Sweden isn't so strong, it's around 0 degrees Celsius, so that's why we can do it. If it was too cold, then we can't do it because of the sensors and stuff like that.
The horn is a really nice feature on this ride. Is that? Do you have to press a button for that, or is it in with the dispatch of the train?
That is actually a signal for the operator on the other side, so he knows when to press the button.
Oh, so he has to press like an enable button along with the operator. Oh wow, I never realised that. See, I thought that was just a nice feature of the ride, but it's got a meaning as well.
It's nice to have it instead of please press the button.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. Fantastic. Over to our next ride then now. We've come over from Balder. We're here at Lisebergbanan. This guy's great. He's got the keys to everything. He's a lucky guy. A very lucky guy. Thank you. Different views of Helix here as well.
Please close the gate behind you. Thank you. Yeah, this is part of I think Helix is down now for the moment. No, it isn't.
There we go.
This is really good.
This is a great angle of Helix, especially coming over the airtime hill just there. Oh wow. The inverted top hat looks amazing from here as well, doesn't it?
It looks really high.
It does.
It's 42 meters.
Wow. It's an amazing support structure for that here as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and, unfortunately 2 big supporters
wow.
for the view.
Stunning. And this hillside is amazing with Helix and Lisebergbanan.
Yeah, you have like 2 technologies that meet each other here. You have the 80s technology there and the modern 2000 technology here.
Wow. It's great to see an old ride and a modern ride together.
Yeah, the brakes and the trains and the system is original at Lisebergbanan since it was built in 1987.
Wow. It's a fantastic ride. It's also very smooth for its age as well.
It is.
It's a very smooth and durable ride.
It's a really good ride, and it has a great capacity. I mean, we have 5 trains.
5 trains.
And I think it takes like a maximum 30 seconds to load it.
Wow, that's fantastic. 5 trains, and I think yesterday it was running 3 trains really consistently as well. It was. Does it ever run 5 trains or?
During the high season.
In high season.
Yes. Or if we just see that the queue is too long. So if we have more than 10 minutes, of course we will have 5 trains for that.
That's great, fantastic. I love that in our parks back in the UK. I don't think we'd ever see that. Wow, brilliant views of Helix. The footers for the supports here are absolutely huge as well. Wow, so here we are in the maintenance bay, the garage for Lisebergbanan. And it's huge in here, wow.
Really huge. I think it's 100 meters here.
Wow.
Track where we have the trains.
Gosh, I didn't realise quite how big this was. And obviously the station's just the other side there,
yeah,
isn't
and
it?
there you have the original sign for it with all the statistics.
Ah, there we go. Obviously opened in 1987. Designed by Anton Schwarzkopf, built some fantastic roller coasters. He just told us a really good story actually, how Anton himself actually knocked on the door and wanted to build it here instead of the original roller coaster, which was great.
Yeah, it was an incredible man, and this was actually his favorite coaster he has ever designed. So
it's the terrain that it follows, isn't it, that really makes this ride.
It's designed for Liseberg and it was designed to save as many trees as possible. So it's a really good ride. Liseberg itself.
Fantastic. Obviously all the workshop down here. It's all very nicely presented. It's very tidy behind the scenes as well.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately I don't have a train here to show you, but it's quite tricky to change the wheels if you compare with Helix. Because here you really need to lift and use some heavy tools. On Helix it just takes 1 minute maximum.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah. Oh, great to see it. And this is all the electricals is that behind the ride, I assume. There's a lot to it here, isn't there? A lot of things.
And you really see the old 80 design here.
Yeah.
And the cables up.
They're very old, and I assume all of this is original from 1987. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
is what we remove. And we load the train on the track over there on the other side, and then we just push it over.
Plenty of spare wheels and things down here as well. Look at those, 2 massive crates full. Wow. Can't get over the size of it in here. Obviously the wall down the bottom moves across down there, which brings the trains on from this side. That's correct, isn't it? The wall moves, doesn't it, down the bottom there? And
the big painting is moved, so that we load the train, which train we want to use in that part, and then we just push it out.
And move it forward. How long does it take to take a train off then?
Quite long actually.
Yeah, quite a long
process.
process.
It takes a few minutes because we need to load it here first, and then it takes time to remove it and remove the track.
Yeah.
So I would say 5 minutes at least.
Okay, it's still not too long. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Longer than a newer roller coaster,
Yeah,
I guess, such as Helix. Wow. Andy's somewhere behind that bit of track. Oh, there he is. The sensor there. Wow. So we're now making our way up into the operator's cabin for Lisebergbanan. Wow. Yeah, the first thing to notice here, there's a lot more buttons. Hello.
Hello. Oh wow.
There's a lot more buttons there than Balder, isn't there? Obviously the CCTV up the top there as well. I noticed a few trophies up there. What are the trophies for? Are they different awards for the ride?
No, there are more for the staff that had more competition for other stuff that's not the Liseberg.
Right, okay. Just a nice little shell for them up there then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We have 5 trains on the train. Do we have 5 trains today, or do we have 4?
4.
4. So the last one is still in Germany?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but we are able to have 5 trains during the operation, and we have a couple of brake runs during the ride. So when one train has left one brake run, we can send another train, and all the trains can stand in a line.
Oh, they'll all stack here in the station and break room.
Yeah, it will be a really long line. It doesn't look good at all, but it's okay.
There's a lot of different buttons on the side here as well. Are they all for like lights and things? Are they around the ride?
Yeah, when you're an operator here, you actually don't use so many buttons. During the day, it's more like when you open and change the trains and stuff like that.
Again, it's nice and peaceful in here, isn't it? Really nice and peaceful and warm inside the operator's cabin.
Very, very.
Yeah.
So now we can see how fast they load the train. It's usually around 30-40 seconds.
And with this, there's no lap bar checks, is there really? It's more just
the check bar. The checking is that if it's down, it's down.
There's no need to actually pull it and check on this one, which obviously improves the throughput a lot.
The bars are mechanical, so if you pull them down, they don't easily pull up unless we press this button.
Okay. Yeah. Is the horn for a reason on this one, or is that just for effect?
This is time to go horn. As you see, the station itself is supposed to be an old train station in Sweden, and of course this is an old train, and so it's more like to try to have the sound when you
give it the effect. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah.
4 lediga platser i det här tåget. 4 lediga platser i den främre delen av tåget. Välkomna ombord.
Fantastic.
And of course everyone wants to sit in the front, so it's not unusual that they speak in the microphone and say that there are some
like other seats available
exactly.
and get people to move further back. Yeah, that's understandable.
But I would prefer the back actually.
I think the back's actually better.
We have one negative G bump over the flow ride, and you just feel it in the back.
Då kommer vi ha 6 lediga platser i nästa tåg, 6 lediga platser i nästa tåg. Det är bara att gå framåt. Please move forward into the queuing area.
Oh yeah, I like how we get that in English as well. Yeah. Fantastic.
A lot of them. Most coasts just have 2-3 blocks but we have a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow. So Pontus has just explained how they're all the different lights with the different block sections around the ride. Lots of different ones on there, especially with it being an older coaster and with it being able to run 5 trains. And
these are only the ones in here because we have 9 zones in this this course. So these are only the ones you see here.
Ah, I see. Yeah. And you say that's for the horn on the left-hand side.
Yes, that one. And if you want to push it, we can drive the train manually. So just a second.
It's okay.
Lägg ner mobiltelefonen. So if we want to push the train back and forwards on this course right here on the station, we will push these buttons.
Ah, okay, and you can manually move it forwards and backwards.
And if we want to drive it manually in the course, you have to press these buttons, and we do. It's very difficult.
Wow, I was going to say there's a lot to it. Yeah, you're doing a very good job. I must say your English is fantastic here in Sweden as well. You do a really good job.
Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. So we've made our way over from Lisebergbanan to Helix.
As you see and compare with Lisebergbanan, this is much more modern. And a whole other techniques. She's actually using just the chair most of the time when to park the trains. And then on the screen you see the clock. When it's green, it's time to launch the train. We have 3 trains, and we can have 2 trains on the track at the same time.
Wow. There's a lot less buttons on this, isn't there, than something like Lisebergbanan.
Exactly.
Nowhere near as complicated. Wow. And the operator's chair is great, isn't it, as well?
It's a really quite good throne, almost Game of Thrones throne.
I like how it's got the logo in here as well on the back, so people can see it. It's a very high-tech ride, the theme of this, isn't it? So it all fits really nicely, having the op chair. And I believe Mack Rides were the first company to do something like this as well. And then a few other manufacturers have followed suit. I know that Voden at Europa Park has got the same, and Silver Star as well.
Yeah, but I think it's because Mack is owning Europa Park, so they have added
I don't think they tell the manufacturers. I think they just do it themselves, don't they, and make the changes. Wow. Again, it's so quiet in here. It's amazing. After being in operators panels at other theme parks, and especially back in the UK, it's really nice and great for the operators. They really care.
If you look at the screen now, you saw that it now numbers down there, and that is the train. So now you can see when they're locked or not. So you can't send the train away if the seat's not locked properly.
And the countdown there, that's for dispatching the train, is it there? So hoping to get it out within that amount of time. What does that start at, the countdown? Is it 40 seconds? Is it 50 seconds?
How many seconds is it?
It's 1 minute.
A minute, yeah. So the aim is to get a train out every minute. Wow.
Yeah, but since the new rules.
With the seat belts, yeah. Have you noticed it? Yeah, with the seat belts, yeah. It's but obviously safety first with these attractions, and we asked Pontus about the seat belts, and it's mainly because you said about it's the guests of the park wanted the seat belts.
Some of the guests of the park wanted, was we're trying to make those guests happy, and then of course there are another security thing with it. If it would be something wrong with the techniques, you always have a belt.
There's a backup just in case.
Yeah,
and B&M coasters are all the same. They've got the seat belt on there.
But most of us think it's really unnecessary.
There we go. I love it in here. If there was one ride I could work on at this park, it'd definitely be in here. You're very lucky to get to operate the Mack Mega Coaster.
I know I am.
Sitting there very comfortably in a chair. Thank you very much. Wow.
Except not.
Amazing.
Either. Yeah. So, you want to see the garage?
Yes, of course.
You're standing on the track itself and removes it with a joystick and shows which track you want to be, 1, 2, 3, and each train has its own base. You always have train number 1.
Yeah, in this one, and
Yeah,
train
exactly.
2.
And the wheels are free when you come in here because you have small white wheels on the side of you on the trains. So that is why they're using that. So under here you have the wheels free. So then it's easier to replace them if there's something wrong.
Okay. The reason that we're whispering, by the way, is there's actually ride training going on just underneath us here, much like rides all across the world. They have like a COSWAP, a Code of Safe Working Practice, where they learn about the rides. And with it only being the second day of the season here at Liseberg, the staff are still all being trained up on things. He's finished now, has he?
He's finished.
There we go. Let's have a little look downstairs in the maintenance garage.
So they're really happy about this. So I have some spare wheels there.
Oh, I like how they're all lined up there, ready to go, nice and organised. And I've been in quite a few of these op cabins and maintenance sheds and things before, and they're normally quite messy at quite a lot of parks, whereas here it is spotless behind the scenes. It's really nice. Look at this, all the little trolleys with all the wheels on, all them spare wheels for the Mega Coaster. Wow. You don't realise quite how big the wheels are until you actually see them like here. Obviously when you see them on the trains, they don't look anywhere near as big. So like he was saying, this is where train 1 would come in, train 2, train 3. And the transfer track itself is just outside, just there, and it'll move across. These shutter doors will open and then the trains will be moved in. And it's a big space in here, lots of room for the maintenance team at Liseberg to work on them trains. Wow, fantastic to see inside the maintenance shed for what is one of my favourite roller coasters. Really is kind of the park, and you can see various different parts here from Mack rides. You can see some of the seats there as well. Look at those. I assume they're brand new seats. Wow. Oh, yeah, maybe they're not new. Maybe they've already been used. But everything's so organised. Look at that. Amazing just to see it behind the scenes. See Mack Ride's box down there, stunning. So here we are then. Pontus has taken us behind the scenes on Balder, Lisebergbanan, and of course Helix there at the end. And thank you very much for giving us the tour around. We really do appreciate it. And yeah, seeing all them different rides, it's been great. It really has. So thank you very much. And like I say, you've been here for many years working at the park. And
yeah, I've been here since 2008.
Wow.
I've been around all the parks now. I'm the most guide around people like you.
Wow,
So.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you very much. It's been great, and obviously the highlight for me, seeing Helix there, especially in the op cabin. It's very modern in there, and not much in terms of the control to it. Not many buttons and things in there, maybe compared to things like Lisebergbanan and older ride. And yeah, it's gorgeous. It really is. Standing here on the hillside at this beautiful park. From talking to Pontus and other staff here at the park, it really shows how passionate they are about this. And 95 years of this park. I wish you every success in the future. And of course, with the opening of Valkyria, wherever that may be in the summer, I look forward to coming back and seeing it. And maybe we'll see you again for a look around there.
You're always welcome to visit us.
Thank you. It would be great to have a look round and see the behind the scenes of a B&M roller coaster. So thank you very much to Pontus, and thank you very much for watching another video here on Theme Park Worldwide. From Liseberg, that means it's time to cue those credits. Bye-bye.